goes, but I'm the guinea pig. I'm the guinea pig here. He goes, so every single thing, every single one of you are taking, I'm shooting up myself. And he's like, and I've shot up a lot of things in my life and this and that, because he was like a big bodybuilder and talk about steroids, all this
Yeah.
stuff. So he was,
Honey says the same thing too. She when we were in Cancun, she was shooting up some tanning peptide that does something with mel. What is it? Holly, you know what it is?
I've seen it.
Is it SLU? Is that the one? No.
I think it's M2 is what
Yeah,
it's
that yeah,
called.
yeah. She was
But it,
literally
yeah.
just stopped in the middle of conversation and just pops up. She's like, trying to get tan so I don't gotta get in the sun.
yeah.
But
And that was so nice to see, like, okay, before they're even putting it together, they're testing it out. And they're like, yeah, we
yeah,
do third party testing, but we're the ones. He's like, I'm your guinea pig right here. He's like, it's me. But it was really nice to see the dedication that everyone has. And it's not really just about like the money and growing a huge business, but it really is about like the why and our mission here. That just you really felt like the whole room come together, being like,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
yes,
impossible not like if you haven't been around Honey when she speaks in person,
yeah,
she's got something about like she's got this raspy ass voice,
yes,
but when
yeah,
she speaks in person, and I mean, you can imagine she's told the same story probably a
over
thousand
and over,
times. She
yeah,
travels all over probably the world. I mean, I know she goes to the Philippines and whatnot, but she tells the same story over and over, and you get good at telling it, but to maintain the
the
passion
passion,
that she has when she's speaking about it, and then the moment she starts talking about her dad or her mom escaping I think it was Iran back
yeah,
when they got to like she always gets emotional and
emotional, yeah,
it's always like felt throughout the room.
yeah.
So and that's why like Lindsay, she was trying to be like, I'm not gonna make it, I gotta work. I was like, listen, you're gonna be surrounded by people that are bringing in like anywhere from 150,000 to $1 million a day. Like when you're surrounded by that, it's not just like I'm surrounded by millionaires. Like it takes a certain mindset to make $1 million. It takes a certain passion to build a company that's making 150,000 orders a day. So when you get around that, it's literally impossible when you're in person not to like absorb that shit and like take it on.
And I just want to say one last thing. Like, I really thought I was so proud to be a part of Ellie in this team because that was like running through my veins this whole time. But being there in person, you just get a sense of pride in what we're doing and our leadership and everyone sitting next to you that's on in the freaking frontier of like what we're doing is noble, I'm like it's like you don't even feel like it's a great opportunity, you feel like it's noble. And so you get so freaking proud of just being where we're at and being when we're at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have two more things to say, and then I know we have another speaker, Lindsay, that's going to talk. So I don't know. I guess I could share it because they announced it there, but this is something that I was like, wow, I'm really proud to say this. That now, like Ellie, we are going to be the only company in the U.S. that is actually making our peptides here on U.S. soil.
Yes,
And
sir.
we are like, and there are other companies that are, saying we make it here, it's US based, but they're still getting the powder and the peptide from Russia and China, and it's coming over here and then they're constituting it. But we are the only one that it's being done here. And when Kevin was saying that, it was like the whole room was like, yes, like
Like the last
we're
piece of the puzzle, right?
we're the like, like because it's like, yeah, we want the cleanest, purest, best thing for us. And we're hoping that getting overseas, it's going to be really good. And, we're here. But just the fact to say that we're controlling it here and it literally is starting here and being created here with us until it gets into your hands. And it's always in our hand until it gets to yours is just really, amazing and powerful. And I've been sharing that with like everybody I've been talking to, like, hey, we're the only ones, the only ones. Like, if you're getting it and you're getting it from a pharmacy here in the US, that's great, but it's still not from the US. And I could say that with confidence. And people are like, oh, wow, really? I'm like, yep. And then another thing is um, Dr. Jason Pensek, when he was going through every single one and sharing it, I really believe that knowledge is power and it builds your confidence. So if you feel that you can't, speak to people because you're like, I'm not too sure and I've only taken tirzepatide or a microdose, educate yourself because you will feel so much more confident. And I learned so much more about peptides that I personally am not taking or I haven't had anyone take yet, but I have actually recommended a couple to people in my conversations because now I know. And I felt so much more confident speaking with everybody because I had the knowledge to back it up.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, I would, get in the chat bot and be like, give me an overview of every single one, a simple explanation of why and what it's for. We do have that training. When you become a partner, you could go through that training. I know I kind of went through that fast. But definitely like educate yourself because I left feeling so much more powerful than I did going in about talking about the products that we have and how it really helps. So that's my last thing.
I
All in all, it was
appreciate
so good.
that.
I'm so happy we took the trip down there. I'm ready. I'm like, when's the next one? Where are we going?
It was like a 4 hour drive for you guys.
It was a 3.5, 4 hour drive, but because Tana
Yeah,
and I stopped along the way shopping, we left at 10:30 in the
of
morning and we
course.
didn't get there till 8 o'clock at night because we hit up different cities along the way. And it was a good girls trip. But let me tell you, we were tired afterwards. We got home in 3.5 hours.
There you
But
go.
we had so much
We
fun.
have so Jen wants to know about did they say when the U.S. sourcing might actually take effect? And yes, they will make that. They will 100% advertise it. There's no way they don't.
Did they give a date? I don't remember if they gave a date.
There's
I can't.
probably a lot of red tape or a whole lot of
He shared it
oversight
with
they gotta.
Pride, and there were people that were not partners in there yet either. So
Oh, damn.
that's that.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, can I say this? I think
And
so. Okay, let's go.
then New Yorkers are no bullshit kind of like they get straight to the damn chase, you
Us New
know.
Yorkers know we're whatever.
All
Right,
right, well,
Giselle? Right?
Tana, you got about 2 minutes. You got anything you want to add on? Good. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all. If there's ever an event that Ellie is hosting in there, I would say within driving distance, which for me that's about 5 hours or less. Um, I would highly, highly encourage to go there, and that's why I'm also encouraging the hell's going the convention in June. One because it's the first one, like it's the first ever one that Ellie's hosting, and if you've been with any other marketing company, these conventions get they usually bring on like big speakers and they throw they'll pay somebody like a $50,000 speaking fee or more depending on how big the company is. Um, so beyond that, and I'll be there. Oh, they just asked Dell if she would speak, so she's going to be speaking on stage, which means that
Amazing.
we get special speaker privileges and we get a badge and we get our trip paid for basically. So that's always something to like strive for. Like you can get paid to speak in front of these companies and then they'll pay for your trips and they'll pay for your flights. Like she's in Dallas right now, paid hotel, paid flight and she's learning about some super top secret. She hasn't even messaged me yet, so I'm just waiting on that. Waiting on. I do have do not disturb on right now. Anyway, try and make it to an event if you can. So moving on, we'll jump into Lindsay. Please unmute if you will. So right before you join, I was telling them about your reel that's been popping off, and you have a few that have popped off, but this one just seemingly like when you post stuff like that sometimes like there'll be times where you're like this is going to be a banger and then nothing happens and then there's
Mhm.
times where you take 10 minutes to edit and then boom it blows up. So I wanted to talk to you about how do people can be more efficient with editing and posting and showing up when maybe they don't feel like it or when they do show up they're not spending an hour and a half editing and taking too much time out of their day. So what are
Yeah,
some
for
type of
sure.
techniques that you do?
Of course, you guys. So, by the way, my name is Lindsay. I go by Lindsay B. When I introduce myself, I say Lindsay B or Lindsay Brown, or I say Lindsay Lohan, but I'm Black. That's just the best way to remember my name. So that's just how I give my introductions in person. I am a assistant property manager at a luxury property in Houston, Texas. So I'm around many, many people every single day. It's extremely draining, but I still manage to post at least 2 to 3 times a day. That's why usually you might see me in my work outfits because I find the time. So going into it real quick, and mind you, he was talking about people getting paid to get, speaking. I'm not getting paid to do this, just so y'all know, but it's cool. So the main thing I want y'all to get into, if a lot of people don't post content because they feel like they don't know what they're doing, or they don't want to be on camera, or they feel like they don't got no time. One, you do got time. And you'll see the post I make after I got off this call, what I did. So I was in my house getting off work. I was butterball naked. So of course I couldn't post that. And I'm eating a carrot cake. And I'm like, dang, usually I would eat this whole carrot cake. But I'm on the shot. So now I can turn it into 3 pieces. So what I did, I filmed my cake and me just taking different spoonfuls of it. And then in the caption, I'm going to put how I save money on GLP-1, this cake is now three servings opposed to 1. And that's just text on the screen. And that's no real editing. You can do that on the app. Y'all can do that on Instagram. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on your stories. You can do it on TikTok. So that alone, don't worry about editing. Now I know with editing, that's already tricky because I like editing. I took one of Alex's videos because it was too freaking long and I edited just because I felt like it. So I do random stuff like that, to be honest. So I actually like editing. The editing software I do use when I do edit is either directly on TikTok or CapCut. The main thing I like using is that split and cut tool. So if I'm doing a video, for instance, you can tell I'm really animated. So if the phone falls, don't laugh. Just shut up. Okay, so pretend I'm just doing a video. So I'm doing a video, right? And I'm just like, da 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 da, you. Always do this too. Make what's called B-roll footage. So say for instance, footage that don't got nothing to do with nothing. It don't freaking matter. If you're somehow showing your physique, like I could be in a robe or in some workout clothes, sipping on some water, whatever. As in, like, even right now, I guarantee you, I could screen record this right now, turn the sound off, and make it into content. You can make anything into content. So think of it that way. You do it like as of right now. If y'all screen record this right now, I guarantee you can find a way to make content. This is what I would do. So I can screenshot this or do a screen recording, because of course with screen recording, you can barely hear anybody talking. I'll put some really cute motivational music. I might even slow it down and then put in my caption, wow, this sitting with the team with my girls, us making 6 figures, changing lives. Whoa. Right? You see what I'm saying? So just imagine that. So y'all be thinking too much about, well, you doing this and doing this. Everything is content. Everything is content. You can make anything content. Any trend you see, you can make it comparable to GLP-1. Anything. For instance, back. I got some water. It's Patrick. I got some more water. It's SpongeBob. And this is what I can simply do. I could just be talking about, I just really love how skinny I am. I can't wait to wear dental floss on the beach. It's just amazing. That's content right there. Because one, they're going to be like, first of all, you're too old to be wearing dental floss, because they're going to have crazy comments. But me, I like cussing people out. I don't recommend y'all do that, but I actually like doing that. It does something for me, okay? Because I work a real stressful job, so I like to curse people out online. But the point I'm saying is little props where it's not as obvious, or it's not as like, oh, is she trying to sell the water? And they go like, oh my God, where'd you get that water from? And I'm like, y'all, this is just a regular still body water with electrolytes, because with my copper peptide, I'd be dehydrated. They're like, wait, what's a copper peptide? So there's always ways to kind of steer people in the direction you want them to be without being so high. I'm Lindsey, and I'm going to talk to you about the G and the L and the P and the 1. It makes you skinny. That's lame. You see what I'm saying? But if that's your vibe, you can do that. But my vibe, I'm naturally a humorous person, because that's really how I am. So you're not going to see too many thirst traps. I had a few, but those don't go viral, because again, the people that follow me know that's just not me. So I'm naturally a silly Billy person. But again, for someone that is not silly, or someone that's not as tech savvy, I need you to do B-roll content. That's you setting up your camera somehow, if you have a tripod, or put it up against some books, and set your timer for 2 minutes. Do weird stuff. Just walk, Again, don't look at the camera. Act like the camera's not even there. And then what you do, you take that long 2-minute video and you break it up into different videos. Like there's a video of you drinking water, a video of you walking, a video of you looking outside. For instance, I have a video, I have the tripod behind me. I am on my balcony facing the Houston skyline because I got a Houston skyline view, period. And then literally, I have enough space where the sky is showing, and I'm veered off to the left where you can kind of just see my hair, so you know that this is my content. I didn't take it from somebody else. So they see the bob locks. That's my signature. So and then I had the text on screen in the sky, and it was like a motivational, easy. It was what CapCut template. It was a whole template. So all I had to do was plug in a video, a 30-second or less video, and it had this like pretty much don't let people get you down, blah, 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 water, what, who cares? Stuff that people like to share. I'm just saying, I don't really care about that. I'm sorry. I don't really care about stuff like that. But people resonate with it, okay? So, Zelly, I see you over there cracking up. Cracking up. Sorry, y'all. So I talk to y'all like we on FaceTime because I'm not a public speaker. I don't feel like I'm nervous to speak around people, but I'm gonna always be myself. So I'm gonna tell y'all that right then and there.
Amen.
Okay. And don't think you're gonna have me on here long because I'm not getting paid for this, like I said. But anyway, so another thing, because again, I don't want to focus too much on editing because then you're gonna be thinking, well, I can't do it. I'm telling y'all stuff to do that's easy. Okay. So I don't want to hear no excuses, especially when y'all should be following me, Lindsey be cooking, and y'all can DM me. Any one of y'all sisters and brothers who was DM me, I'm on you like that. For instance, for Lucy. So Lucy had I posted Lucy's transformation in my stories on Facebook, right? This girl commented, "Oh, she had work done." Me being me, I'm like, "Oh, she about to be content." Okay, we about to see. I messaged her back. You can see it. I messaged her back, and I was like, "What do you mean?" But before I could give her a chance to reply, because maybe she could have been innocent. Maybe it was a typo. Maybe she was about to say something positive. I'm like, what do you mean? But then, El Breezy was like, "Do you know her?" Mind you, I don't even know this woman. I was like, "Do you know her?" She was like, "I'm just saying, I'm a nurse, and I know that, bodies don't just snap back like that and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry if I offended you." I
No,
didn't
that
call
is
her her
sorry.
name. I didn't call her her name because, I'm getting closer to my father, to Jesus. So I have to do better, okay? So I replied back, "Thank you for your service. I will let her know you think she looks good." And this is somebody I actually do personally know. She is my brand partner. She's on GLP-1 and GHKCU. She did not have any work done. And then it flips like, "Oh my God, I heard about that. What? I was about to get a tummy tuck and I just thought this was just fraud and people were just lying." You could have just asked me. You could have asked me. But then at the same time, if she had work done, you think she had lipo in her face, in her neck, her
Yeah.
chest, her arms, her toes, her inner thighs, her butt, her boobs, her belly button? Let's be real. If you a hater, just say you're a hater. But the thing about that is, because of that, and I'm glad I positioned myself in a way where I was like, you know what? Let me calm down. She became content, not just for me, but for Lucy, because of course I sent it to her. I said, "Here's the screenshots. Go ahead and use it. Thank you. You're welcome." So she became content. Because the thing about it is, there's people that do that all the time. They will comment something negative under your post. And I've been called worse by better people, honey. So that don't mean nothing to me. I can't say it on because I'm being recorded, but people have called me some bad words. Some really naughty, patty mouth words. So anyway, so I made her into content because one thing about it is there's probably other people thinking the same thing, but they're not bold enough to say that. But of course, you got these trolls that'll easily put anything under a comment like they know you. "Oh, you just had some work done. Oh, that's because you don't got no kids." Huh? I was still big as hell. What you mean? Why it matter if I had kids or not? That make it worse for me because I had no excuse. I was just big for no reason. That makes no. So if anything, I should be like, shame on you. At least everyone else gave life. Like, okay, thanks. I was just eating food and donuts.
So
But
when you're
mhm.
interacting, is it is it intentional in the sense to drive the interactions up, or is it just intentional
Absolutely.
because you're kind of letting off steam from your job?
Both. It works both. And the reason being, so even when I just post the content in general, I know that I'm going to have some pushback regardless. So, like with me being, I'll be 39 next month, me being 39 years old, I know I shouldn't be twerking on the internet, but my mama said it's okay. So I'm going to do it. And then I know there's gonna be somebody like, you shouldn't be doing that. That's gross. And I used to be like, well, your mama gross, but now I don't do that no more. Now I'm just like, I'm just loving my body. I just love how I just love being a woman. And then there's other people that's gonna fight my battles for me. So if I say something positive, something that resonates with other people, they're like, you know what? I like her. She's really, really cool. But it's just you got to be yourself is the main thing. If you are a motivational person, you are driven by your spirit, by your soul, by happiness, you speak on that. So if I'm doing something, it's like, that seems cool. I think I can do it. If that's not your personality, don't do it. It's going to come off weird as crap. Like, I can't do content like Alex's content because he's like a nerd and I don't be caring that much. So I can't do content with his smart stuff and his big words because I sound like a robot. And there is some content where I try to be more educational, flopped, trash, dumb.
Because it's not
Like
you.
it's not me. Like, so the video that so I have 6 million views from a video I did where I'm literally walking on my countertop doing this, walking away from the camera, and then I have some text on the screen, which is like a brain teaser. And it end up saying, stop being so cute. That has 6 million views. Mind y'all, I get paid for my views, just so y'all know. That's another motivation right there.
How
When you
long
get
did
to a
that take
certain
you to
amount.
edit?
It didn't take me nothing to edit. I didn't edit nothing. All I did was put my tripod over yonder. So I put my tripod right there. I hopped my big tail on this counter and I walked for 6 seconds. I clipped the beginning and the end, seeing me struggle to get on this countertop. I put it on, I edited everything on Instagram, by the way. Put it on Instagram. There's an option that says text on screen. I added those emojis, posted it. So I would say it took me 2 minutes.
Damn. 7
For
million views in 2 minutes.
you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. The views that get me, excuse me, the videos that get me the most views is when I have the least amount of edits. Anytime where I'm doing all this hoop-de-doo, sprinkles and strobe lights, it don't do nothing but piss people off, apparently. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So now all I do, I make time before work and I get right in front of this window. Let's go over there. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Come here. Hold up. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I know my camera's off. You'll be okay. Okay. So see how I'm engaging with y'all? See how the movement? Look at this lighting. You see? And so usually I'm up at 7 in the morning. So around 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's like really, really good light facing this window. So this is the window I'm at. Okay, stop doing all that. Okay. And what I simply do, I have my phone on the tripod. I put my little cute filter on so I can feel extra glowy because I don't put a lot of makeup on and the sun shining. And and this is what you can do. And I'm speaking louder so you can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I back up and I'll put on some trendy music and the text will be up here. That's easy content. If you like to be silly and dance, prop your phone up, back up, or you can do this where you're pointing at stuff. You know that, but that's a little bit more advanced. I don't want y'all to hurt yourself doing that because then you got to do like the timestamps of when to put stuff on there. So just listen to me. If anything, try that. So let's say, for instance, if you don't mind dancing on camera, do that. Or again, do your B-roll, doing something random. You're cleaning the house. You're cutting a piece of cake. You're feeding your baby. You're giving yourself your shot. You're taking a shot of liquor, Hennessy, whatever. Do that. But like this right now, this is what could be content. Don't look at the camera, act like someone's a fly at the wall. Let me cut this light off. Oh.
And look where she's at in the frame. She gives intentional space for the text on the screen to have a nice open area it's not blocking anything. You can see her, she's center frame. Like these things, especially in editing and film and whatnot, because I did do years of film before I went computer science. Like these things matter. Where you place yourself, where you place the captions, or where you place the on-screen text. And look how much room she has on top. Like normally that dead space would be like it's a big no-no in film, but in
Mhm.
content in social media, that big dead space is good for overlays and text and whatnot. So
Yeah. So sometimes the content can just simply be words on the screen, text on the screen. It don't gotta always be about you. They know what you look like. We get it. So you guys see what I'm saying? You are you picking up what I'm putting down though?
do you do trending audios or do you pick something that just you like?
I've done trending audios if I like it. Like the little audio where the girl's like, you see I'm spicy, I'm really not spicy, I'm really just a little bit feisty. That was just fun. So I
No,
did that one.
I don't know that one. How's it go?
Because you're not cool.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
But no, I don't. So that's another thing. Don't get in your head about finding trending audios because sometimes you have to do the trending audio with the trend.
hmm
Otherwise, it's not like the algorithm's not going to push it out. So if the trending audio is along with a dance that someone's doing, there's really no point in posting it. But I just posted audio because I think it's fire. I
So
like it.
I told Dell we had this competition. I was like, give me one of your videos. I'm gonna edit it. It's gonna outplay any of your other things that you've posted. So I did this song. It was like I don't Jen will know what it is, and well, everybody here will probably know what it is. I forget what her name is, but the song's called "Hit 'Em Up Style." And
Mm-hmm.
it plays like these violins in the beginning and this sick ass kind of yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
I edited that, whatever Dell's video that is, where she's big and then she jumps and when she comes down she's like kneeling. So that's the one that I edited and it blew up. It started doing hella good. And then she
Mm-hmm.
did one and it blew up even more. But I was just, that's not a trending audio right now, but it was short enough to kind of catch people's attention, the transition and I can't stress enough, if you're gonna do transitions, transition it to when the beat drops, or at least when like
Yes.
if you're doing back and forth, like if you know anything about music, if you know about kicks and hi-hats or whatnot, do it to one part of the rhythm of the beat. Whether it's when the bass drops, whether it's when the kick drops, or the hi-hats if you have a couple that you're showing, like do it to one of the transitions so it's on beat. And mind you, if you have Bluetooth headset or Bluetooth glasses that have speakers on them, you might have a delay when you post it because the audio may be delayed going into your headphones. So make sure you're using the audio from your phone because if you post it and you see that it's off by like a quarter of a second or a half second, it's probably because you had Bluetooth on. Anyway, all right, so we got a few minutes left, Lindsay. Those were some actual banger nuggets and banger nugget. What a stupid thing to
It's
say. You know
disgusting.
what I
That sounds
mean? Yeah.
gross.
But you want, first of all, you should be a damn public speaker because you got
Well,
that
give me
that
some
energy.
money.
Like
Shit.
I listen, we have a lot in store in Houston that we are investing a lot into the team. So we want to let everybody take advantage of the things that we invest in, and we send out our these little things here and there when people are popping off on ranks. But you just gave me an idea about like maybe we'll have like a speaker gift or something for people who agree to like hop on and speak and whatnot. I did reach out. I reached out to a few people actually, and some of it's completely unrelated to like sales and whatnot, but it still ties into some part of the business and what we do. So, Lindsay, that was actually amazing. I just learned some things just now, and yeah, you got that energy. So, um, I think what you can take away from everything other than like this exact specifics is just do you. Like don't try to if you aren't somebody who's super humorous on camera, then don't try to be humorous. You see, sometimes I'm a ball of everything. Like I will spit facts and talk about, what's happening in peptide news and what's happening in hospitals, but then I'll throw a fucking wig on and act like I'm Delaney in some of them. And we're kind of getting back to our humor stuff. We've actually talked about like taking a step back so much from throwing money into the team and throwing money into resources and getting back to content this next like to close out April. So Does anybody have anything they want to mention before we hop off and wrap up?
Yeah, I want to see you in a wig by the end of the month in a reel.
Oh, I'm throwing them on right now. I have this idea of and I still haven't done my Lucy gave a training a while ago. I was gonna do some where I'm taking a shit, but I'm still trying to figure out how to work that in and not have it be like so weird and turn people off. So, but I have one where I'm talking about like there's been these sayings that women say every year. Like there's like in 2020 the word of the year for women was gaslighting. And then this year, every single woman everywhere is saying all the things. Oh, all the things. So
Oh,
if I'm going to do something in 2020, 2021, 2022, and I'm going to have the wig on and saying, like, why are y'all like this? So yeah, literally thought of that probably an hour ago. Anyway, yeah, were there, God, I said I was going to monitor the chat. I didn't monitor shit. I was actually like locked in listening to her talk. Um,
You did a great job.
no, you guys make this
Thank
so easy.
you.
All right. Well, yep, we'll wrap that up. I started the recording a little later because I was just so locked in, but I appreciate y'all for staying on. So many of y'all that have your cameras on, I always appreciate the cameras. So, she might, Dell's gonna be in the chat. I'm sure she's gonna drop whatever's going on here soon. So just, don't be glued to the screen, but just keep your ears up, keep your ears perked in the group chat, and yeah, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see y'all in another week. Bye,
bye.
guys.